Hi, everyone. Welcome to Chair Yoga. I want to start us off by explaining a little uh, way of organizing the class that I established for, while I was preparing today. And I think I'm going to stick with it for a while. So I thought I'd talk about it a little. So I'm going to plan the class around 4 parts. The first one is the transition. You're familiar with that. We do that all the time where we're just getting ourselves in the chair, changing gears from our morning activities or our activities of the day, and just bringing ourselves into that space. So transition is kind of obvious, and it's no change. It's no different from what we've always done. The next part of the class is going to be called wilding. Wilding is a phrase that I've been encountering a lot amongst my spiritual teachers that I follow, which refers to, bringing yourself back to your authentic self, bringing or being aware of this programming perhaps that we have inherited. And the wilding is more natural. It's a more truer version of ourselves. So the wilding aspect is going to be movement that's kind of going to loosen us up. It's going to be a little quicker paced. And it's with that idea in mind that we're bringing ourselves back to our true nature, our fluid, true nature. And the next part of my strategy will be remembering. And that's going to be longer holds where we're allowing our body to remember our flexibility, to remember our strength, to remember our original alignment, our right alignment. Original is probably not the greatest, but our right alignment. So remembering at longer holds will be holding, breathing, and feeling deeper into the positions that we go to. And then finally, stillness. So it's that Shavasana time, the meditation time, the quieting. So that's the structure that I'm going to use. Just wanted to give you that information. So I wonder if anybody has heard of this book, The Body Keeps the Score. This one is a science book. It really is. It's about, just like it says, it's about how the body, well, his subtitle is Brain, Mind, and Body in the Healing of Trauma. Trauma might be a strong word and you might think that doesn't apply to me, but it's like every occurrence in our life, every time, any sorrow, any misalignment, if you want to go that way, any experience within our lives is held within the tissue of our bodies. And when we experience some long held patterns of, distrust or fear or angst, that's there in the body. And so I think this remembering aspect of our class together is going to help address some of the and allow for some letting go in that regard. We'll talk more about this book and about that concept of how the body holds in your tissues, the very activities, the very emotions that you live with day to day. So let's see, anything else before we get started? I'm going to give you some new breath work that has to do with the change of season. I think it's a beautiful one. I stumbled onto that, so I'll share that with you at the end of class in our stillness time. And otherwise, let's begin. Start with the block between your shins. So bring your block in between your shins and feel the connection of your shin bones and the legs, the lower legs, as we begin our transition. Now pull the belly in and allow that to help you lift up your sternum. Elbows are close to the waist. Let's turn our palms up. Feel our feet to the ground. Feel the action of your legs making contact with that block. Feel your bottom as it is supported by the chair. Feel the length and strength of your back body. Again, eyes are closed so we can feel this from the inside out. So we feel our breath in our body. We feel our body in our breath. It's a connection of the two. See if you can breathe in and out through your nose. If you can't, just breathe in the way that is comfortable and natural for you. This is our posture. Our open hands is the posture of receptivity. This is the place that we set intention. The intention that I've set as far as the group is that idea of held tension or habit energy in the body, as I described while telling you about the body keeps the score. So I'm going to encourage some longer holds and some ways for you to really listen to your body and see if you can be informed where there's patterns that you're willing to let go, willing to release. But you may have an intention of your own. We can layer our intentions. So stay with it a moment longer as you feel yourself connected to the earth. Start to feel the strength of your body, the alignment of your body as you breathe in and breathe out. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. And then know now that our intention is set. We don't need to try to keep it up in our mind, try to remember and focus on that at all. We don't need to. It's been set. We can trust the universe on that. Let's sync up our breath, inhaling as we bring palms together up and overhead. Exhale as you bring your hands to your heart. Inhale up and exhale, go wide. Let's find that T position. Turn your head to look from side to side. So let your shoulder blades slide down the back. That might mean you soften your arms. They're not quite so rigid as you might have thought they needed to be. Let your shoulder blades slide down the back and then begin to turn head from side to side. Now, what I'm going to suggest you do is try to keep your chin parallel to the floor, even when you turn. So if you've got some tightness that you usually have to drop down a little bit, see if you can keep your chin parallel to the floor and then just be satisfied with, there you go, that's the range of motion I have with my head held in that way. So don't drop your chin, keep it level. And then, of course, change direction. And don't forget the breath. The breath is helping you through it all the way in and all the way out. Feel the strength of your body helping you keep your arms elevated. Now revisit side to side. Keeping the chin parallel to the floor. We'll come back to center and change your hands so your palms are facing forward. Make sure your fingers are spread apart so it feels like your hands are stretching. And pull back so you feel those shoulder blades squeezing toward the midline, toward each other. Let's breathe in and breathe out. And on your next exhale, round the back body, close your hands together, drop your chin towards your chest, and you're going to feel the C-shaped curve of the cat pose. Let's inhale wide into our cow. Exhale, bring it all in. The familiarity of this repetition is really useful. So you can slide right into it and feel your way through it with ease because you're familiar. You're not afraid of what you're going to find. But I want you to really notice and remember that the experience that you're having, the actual sensation right now, and your awareness to that is a healing environment. Next time you come into that cat portion of it, let's hold it and pull your belly button way in towards your spine so you really feel the engagement of your abdominal wall. Change your hands so the palms are facing the floor and stretch forward, forward, forward into a fold where your
armpits lay on your knees and you surrender the weight of your head to look down and underneath the chair. If you can no longer hold your block because you need to reposition your legs, that's fine. Just bring it back when we come back up. Always keeping your knees and your ankles in alignment with each other. A couple big belly breaths here as we start to warm up the body in our transition phase. See if this time you can extend your fingers way away from your toes. Extend your fingers, kind of walk those fingertips way away from your toes. I've got my fingertips on the floor, but they're very far away from my body now. And now I'm going to lift up, lift up, lift up. Back to palms reaching up. Settle in, let your shoulder blades drop down the body and catch up with your breathing. You were in an inversion, so your body might need a little reset here. So just wait it out. But see if you can wait it out with your arms in the air, stretching your back. Let's do a little vinyasa. Remember, vinyasa is connecting breath to the movement. So our inhale as the arms are up. Our exhale is that the arms come down and push back. They're past the body. Inhaling up, exhaling down and back. This is an opportunity to catch up with your breathing. So if you're finding difficulty with it, just pause. Maybe no movement of the arms for you because you're catching up with your breath. Squeeze that block between your shins. Palms come together up and overhead. Look up. Exhale, heart. Deep bow. Stay there with the bow, dropping your chin towards your chest. Lift your chest bone up so you're right, trying to sit up tall, tall, tall with the spine. Chest bone lifts. Chin is dropping down. Now, can you move your lower jaw like you're trying to move left and right with your lower jaw? This is an activity that helps the thyroid gland. It gives you some interaction with the thyroid gland. It's very healthy to kind of stimulate that thyroid. Jaw's going side to side. Chest is risen. You've got a nice strong spine. One more, just a little bit longer, moving side to side. Gently bring your head back up. Let's inhale and exhale all the way around. Open and close your hands. Rotate now. You can do that with your arms extended if you like that, because takes a little more efforting, or you could do it right here alongside your body, but we're rotating around, so we're juicing up the wrist joints. And then I want you to push out like you're pushing against the walls on either side of the room. Push. Spread your fingers wide and push through the palm of your hand, especially the butt of your hand. Push. Feel that in your wrists and your hands, fingertips. Return palms up. Lift up. Exhale, heart. Inhale up, palms face forward, all the way down, all the way down. Lay your armpits on your knees. Let's lose the block, put the block under the chair, and open up your feet a little wider. Knees will widen accordingly. We're going to bring our hands to our thighs, just right above the knees there on the fleshy part. Come up halfway. So stomp your feet into the floor. Feel the strength of your legs. Feel that diagonal line of your spine. Head, neck, and spine are in alignment, but it's a diagonal line. See if you can feel yourself almost floating up off the chair, that your bottom feels like it's barely touching that chair because of the strength of your legs and the engagement of your thighs. Feel it. You can feel it by bringing your hands to your thighs, you can feel how strong and powerful those leg muscles are as you initiate this imaginary lift up off of the chair. Good. Let's come back to our upright position and take our mountain with our palms facing forward. Breathing in and breathing out. Use the length of your spine as a point-to-point reference. Inhale from the base of the spine, ascending to the crown of the head. Exhale, descending down that same central channel back to the base of the spine. Elongates, it elongates the breath. Again, trying to breathe in and out through your nose if you can. One more full cycle, just like that. And then extend your left leg long. So heel down, toes up, left leg straight down. Inhale up and exhale, reach for the toes. See if you can keep that leg straight. Now use any part of your leg except for your knee to kind of give yourself something to touch. Maybe you're just comfortable bringing your fingertips to the floor. That'd be great. But if you're going to use your legs for support, the leg actually becomes a source of grounding. Then just avoid your kneecap and bring your body down in a fold where it feels like you're trying to bring your face to the knee. Heel is down, toes are up. Big stretch of the back of the leg. Jump both hands up to your thighs now. Come up. That leg is still straight. Now we're going to swing that off to the side into a gate position. Heel is down, toes are up. Lift up that opposite arm now and fold over and back up. So a lot of vinyasa movements. We're trying to keep the body moving so we can start to become aware of the fluid nature of our body. And see if we can let go of any patterns that we feel like, I never do this. Oh no, I can't do that. See if you can try, any movement toward something different today. Both hands up now. Palms are going to come together. Keep your arms alongside your ear. Try that bend now. Palms stay together. It's not as deep. It's very challenging now. Arms alongside the ear or even beyond that, back even further. And see if you can allow your ear to feel like it's laying right down into that upper arm. So your head is very particular in how it's positioned. Side of the head and the ear alongside that lower arm. Bring yourself back up. Inhale, look up. Exhale, heart. Up and all the way around. Let's bring that leg back to center. Take a little pause in your neutral position. Any movement of the spine you might need, check it out. See what kind of reset your body needs. And then we're going to extend that other leg. Right leg extends, heels down and toes are up. Straight leg. You're in line with the chair's frame. Inhale up. Exhale, reach. Again, don't ground yourself by bringing your hands to your knee, but anywhere else is fine. The floor would be great. Toes are up. Feel the stretch of the back of the leg. Keep the neck and spine in alignment as you fold yourself down as though you're bringing your face to your knee. Deepen that exhale. Really allow that exhale to complete itself. Excellent. Jump your hands to your thighs. Let's come up halfway. Squeeze those elbows in and all the way up. We're going to extend that leg wide. That means for most of us, we've got to kind of scoot ourselves over in the chair so we've got more ease of movement for the legs. And we're going to just try that fluid movement. See if we can warm up the body with a side bend, arm overhead, back and forth. Now you gotta have something to do with your right arm. So just remember to avoid the knee, but whatever else feels natural to you. I find myself kind of using my forearm to lean into there. Softness about the face, no tension in the mouth. Remember, tension in the mouth will negatively affect that vagal tone. And we're trying to work cooperatively with that so we can keep our body more relaxed. Let's come back up. Both hands going to come together now. Heel is down, toes are up, nice strong leg. Both legs are your grounding. Both legs are your source of ground. And then you're laying your side of your head and your ear into that lower upper arm. So your head is very particular in its positioning. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel the strength of the standing leg. That's the bent knee, that side. Come back up. Inhale, exhale, heart. Inhale up and around, and let's bring that leg back to center and center yourself back in the chair. Let's try a wide angle. Heels are in, toes are out. We're going to circle around. I don't think there's ever a class I don't do this. I want to find that fluid nature. I want to give some relief to the low back. I want to find the rocking and how that calms the nervous system. It's got a lot of benefits here. Let's change the direction. If you haven't done it yet, change the direction of your circle. Big circle going all the way around. Feel your body weight shift in your pelvis. Good, and then let's come back to center. Hands are going to be on the shoulders. We're going to create our little wings here. I want you to move from side to side. If you can, take an inhale on one turn and an exhale on the other. The best inhale is on your left side. Inhale left side, exhale right. Try that if that works for you. Inhale left side, exhale right. Or just find the breath pattern that you feel the most comfortable with, but you're turning side to side, quickening the pace, warming up the body. Feeling now the fluid nature of your back muscles, of your sides, those latissimus dorsi, this is the big muscles underneath your armpits and that wrap around the back. Those get very tight, very sticky. And I'll tell you what, you get those loosened up and it's like freedom. You didn't have any idea how much your body had restricted you. And when you loosen those up, you'll think, I didn't even know. Let's come back to center and try a side to side dip. So we're going to bend through those obliques, get that whole side waist loosened up at a pace that works for you. I'm doing kind of a quicker pace. You don't need to follow that. If that doesn't work well for you, just slow it down. This is that wilding. Finding this wild nature. I love that word. I'm all about it. Hold it so an elbow is down and one elbow is reaching up. Now find your alignment here. Really lift up that top elbow. Turn your head in a particular way. How you're turning your head and holding it in alignment is so important. So you want the side of your head, your ear, to be parallel to the floor if you can. And it's like you're trying to lift the top earlobe up. You know, you don't feel much movement in your head, but you feel this energetically aligning yourself better. Now deepen the breath. Exhale completely. Be really good about that. Exhaling completely. Let's bring ourselves back to neutral. Take a little pause. I'm going to do the other side. Elbow down on the thigh, so you're grounded there. And then you're trying to bring your other elbow up so that there's this long plumb line between elbows. Now again, pay attention to how you're holding your head. Let's be real fussy. I want you to hold your head so that the side of your head and your ear is parallel to the floor. That's the kind of idea. You're trying to turn it so it's very aligned with your spine in a way you probably weren't paying attention. I know I wasn't. I discovered this several weeks ago and thought, I got to teach this. This is absolutely better. Feel your feet to the ground. Deepen your breath. Exhale completely. And notice how your body is settling. We've moved into the remembering. Our body is remembering, holding on to this. Let's bring ourselves upright. Close those arms together. Palms come together, forearms, elbows. Try lifting and coming down. Any amount of movement. And maybe, interlacing your hands, kind of clasping your hands gives you more stability. Helps you keep more connected with your arms. That's a good option. Let's come back to our neutral position. Open that up into those cactus arms and close it. Open, inhale. Exhale, close. Very deliberate. And close. Let's hold as we breathe in and out. Long exhalation. Relax your arms. I want you to shake that out like a shrug and a release. Shrug, hold, inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze. And exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, squeeze, shrug. Exhale, all the way out. Let's bring our legs back to center. We're going to move into that figure 4. This is that grand hip opener. So I want you to start with bringing your leg up and crossing it over into this figure 4, but don't use your hands to support your leg. Let your leg do the work. Let your leg find its way up there and create a little pattern so your body starts to get the hang of this movement in the hip and the knee. We'll come back up now. Let's reposition. So bring your heel in towards your crease of the hip and the leg. I want you to massage that leg down. It's kind of an external rotation. If you're trying to look for what's the way you're kind of moving the flesh, it's out and away from center. So it's an external rotation of the flesh and the musculature there. Don't hesitate to give it some pressure. Try putting one hand closer to the knee. It's not on the knee, but it's closer to the knee, and one hand down by the crease so that your hands are not together. There's space between them now. Get some pressure there. Great. And then let's see if we can get our hands to just slide past the shins. Folding and holding. So if you need to kind of escort your way in by maybe some pulsing, this rocking movement, that's a very compassionate way to do it, and approach it that way is fine with me. But work your way toward a fold accompanied by a hold. So you're allowing your body weight to come forward and you're willing to feel the experience of that stretch, the intensity of that stretch. Notice the sit bones. Notice right to left in your buttocks, in your pelvis, that there's balance. You're trying to encourage balance even now. Balance right to left. Fold and hold. Pay attention to the weight of your head so there's no accidental straining of the neck. Just pay attention that you've got to support your head. It's all it takes is awareness. Let's find that deeper breath in and longer breath out. Deeper breath in, longer breath out. Fold and hold. Feeling the intensity, welcoming that as a way to break through some patterns, some tension in the body, long held, that maybe some of it can be dispelled. Let's get our hands to our thighs. Come up nice and easy. Take your time now. Just pause. We're going to release that foot to the floor and again practice the movement just a few times. Back to our neutral position. Time for reset. So if there's anything that your body needs, pay attention to that wise guide within you. That's your Guru Dev. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Let's try the other side now. We're going to bring that leg up and cross it, kind of train this side now. Try to keep your spine long. It's easy to cave in. We start focusing on the lower body. Make sure your upper body is also well cared for, well aligned. And when you get it up there, let's kind of reposition it so it feels really, in a good position, very well supported, and we're going to massage it. We're just going to always massage. It's a rotation out from the inner thigh out toward the external part of your body. Again, some pressure is fine. Let's do that where we separate our hands. One hand is very close to the crease. The other one is closer to the knee. And we're putting some pressure. We're into the fleshy part of the musculature, but we're putting some really nice pressure in there to allow that knee to drop a little bit, allow that femur bone to realign within the hip socket. Your body's telling you, I have no doubt, your body is telling you exactly how to do this. Deepen the breath. Make your way. When you're ready, we're going to start moving toward fold and hold. So you might prepare yourself with some rocking forward and back. Keep your standing leg well positioned. You don't want that foot tucked underneath the chair. You want it aligned underneath your knee. This side for me, much more sensation. I'm going to use my elbow and forearm to push into that femur bone. It's giving me more support. It's allowing me access to a deeper fold. Deepen that inhale. Lengthen the exhale. Keep your mouth relaxed. Soften your facial muscles. Save your energy for the hip and the experience balancing left to right. The intensity. Now manage the weight of your head. Hold and hold. Exhale completely. It takes courage, more sensation. You might find yourself emotional. There might be some areas of emotion that have been buried deep within that hip. See if you can face that, welcome it, breathe through it. Hold and hold. Exhale completely. One more breath cycle. Get your hands to your thighs to help you get upright. Lift and lengthen the spine. No hands now as you just repattern that movement. And both feet to the floor. Inhale with me. Look up. Exhale, bow into your own heart. Inhale up. Exhale, go all the way around. Scoot your feet underneath you so you feel like you've got all the balance you need. Let's wrap our arms around each other so we can bring ourselves up and we're not using our arms. So I want you to just boot yourself right up out of that chair. One more time. Come up and stand. Let's find our mountain. I want you to get a hold of your block. Again, putting that block between your calves, your shin bones. Pull the belly in, really pull that low belly in. Palms face forward, arms are snug alongside the body. Close your eyes now. Feel the strength of your mountain pose. Think of yourself as the mountain, just like we think of ourselves as the tree when we're doing our tree balancing pose. See if you can just bring yourself into this strength and stability and depth of the mountain pose. That can you imagine that this mountain goes way down deep into the earth? Your body's expression that's here on the surface of the earth is just the tip. And the mountain goes deep down, deep, deep into the body of the earth. Feel the alignment with that block, how strong your legs are engaged. Just so, not overdoing, but just right. Eyes are closed so that you have a clear view of this from the inside out. No distraction. Let's take a big inhale together. Exhale, long and strong. Another inhale, this time on that exhale, hum it out. Feel the vibration in your lips. Good. Let's move the block away for now. And I'm going to just adjust my chair a little bit. I'll bet you don't need to at all. We're going to get one leg up there. A leg is up on the chair. So let's bring the leg that's as close to the back of the chair. That's how we'll start. So our standing leg is free and our supported leg that's near the back rest of the chair is up there. Now create a right angle as best as you can. I know we're all different heights. So you're just trying to get your knee to line up over your ankle. Let's start by balancing our way up. So we're not using the back of the chair if we can help it. Instead, we're using our thigh and our tall stance, upright. Spine is long, back of the head, neck, and spine in alignment. Belly very well engaged to support all this. Just hold it for a breath or two. Just this. Now get your hand back to the chair. One hand on the chair, one hand on your thigh. One hand on the chair, one on the thigh. I want you to lift up that standing leg. You get onto the ball of the foot and bring it down. It's like the toe balancing that we worked on before, only I want you to really be on the ball of your foot so that what you're doing is strengthening your ankle. You've got full body weight now into the standing leg. I want you to just pulse up and down, strengthening your ankle as you bring yourself up and away from the floor. Your heel lifts up and down. Let's try it again. Up and down. Good. Now let's bring palms together at the heart. See if you can balance your way, palms together. Press your hands together as a source of balance. It's like you're trying to find the center of gravity, palms together. Inhaling up. Exhale, let's turn into a twist with our arms extended. So I'm bringing myself around. So I'm turning toward the bent knee. Arms extended like a T. Maybe one hand is on the chair for you. That seems like a better option. It gives you more stability, more access. That's a good choice then. Inhale back up. You turn so you're back to neutral. Exhale, bow into your heart. And let's come back with our hands to the chair now so that you can, I'm going to suggest you kind of play with how close that standing leg is to the chair. I had to boot myself back a little bit because I want you to be able to pulse back and forth from your very bent knee to a straighter leg. Feel free to let your toes pop right up off the chair so you're on your heel, so you can straighten out the leg. Keep your gaze at the chair seat. Once you get the hang of it, you've glanced at the screen to see what I'm doing. Then just go back to keeping yourself focused right here on your chair. Try not to keep looking at it's just going to take your balance away. The more you kind of glance away from what you're doing, you lose your center. So stay with what you're doing, trust it, pulsing the hips forward and back, and allowing that leg that's up on the chair to straighten out and stretch. Let's hold the stretch. So when you come next time into that straight leg, pull the hips back, give your hand, put one hand on your shin. So one hand is holding the chair, one hand's on your shin. Pull back through the pelvis, try to straighten out so there's very little bend in the knee. See if you can spread the toes of that foot that's up there. Feel the engagement of those leg muscles. Now breathe. Hips are pulling back. You got the support of the chair. Hold on. Exhale completely. One more time. Give it one more full breath like that. All the way in, all the way out. Let's bring ourselves forward now. We're back into that lunge-like position with the knee. I want you to again balance your way up. Stand tall, pull your belly in. Inhale, both hands up and down. Inhale, both hands up, both arms up and down. Last time, inhaling up, exhaling down. Let's get both hands on the chair. Step down. Stay right here. You got your palms on the chair. Start walking back into your downward dog. Parallel your feet. Pull back through your sit bones. Get your arms close to your head so you feel your ears kind of gliding, or your arms are kind of gliding by your ears. You feel that connection. Deepen the breath. Elongate the spine in this posture. Feel the stretch in the back of the legs into the calves. Let's start walking ourselves back to the chair. Come up. Nice and easy. Just take a pause. You don't need to move around. Stay right here. Catch up with your breathing now. Do any movement your body needs as a reset. I'm going to get a little drink of water. And then we're going to come around to the other side of the chair so that we can get the other leg up. Take that step up. So we've just switched. We got the other leg up on the chair. We're going to start by squaring our hips and finding a good alignment, and then see if you can let go of the chair and just balance. Hands are on the thigh, nice long spine. That chin is parallel to the floor. Find the fullness of your breath cycle. Beautiful. Let's get our arms to come up. Palms come together. Exhale, heart. Inhale up. And we're going to turn toward that bent knee into our twist. Our arms open out like a T. Palms face away from the body or face the wall in front of you. You could always have one hand on the chair for more stabilization for you. Hold. Exhale completely. Do it one more time with a full breath in. Exhale completely. Come back and around. Oops, I don't have to have the hand on the chair. Back and around. Palms come together at the heart. Let's pop that back foot back a little bit so you can begin the pulsing movement of stretching. Bent knee, straight leg. Manage the weight of your head. As long as you're paying attention, you won't have any problems with your neck. Loosening up the hip, getting deep into that hip today. Hold the straight leg. And you bring one hand to your shin, one hand's on the chair, and the other hand is on the shin, so that you can feel a little more connected, a little more ability to straighten that leg out. Folding toward that straight leg, finding your breath, making sure your neck is fine. Deepen that inhale, lengthen the exhale. Spread the toes. Good. And let's come forward where the foot comes back to the floor. We're bringing both hands to the thigh, lifting up, palms to lift up. Both arms are up if you can. One hand can still be on the chair. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And up. And down. Hold that now. Interlace your hands behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Pull the knuckles away from your back. Feel your feet, both of them. One foot on the chair, one foot on the ground. Find a full cycle of breath. Feel that in your shoulders. Exhale completely. We'll release it all. Get both feet to the floor. Palms come down. We can do a downward dog from here. So start walking back. Feet are parallel to each other. Arms are gliding by your ears. All of your body weight is in your legs, hips, buttocks, legs. So just a touch with your hands, but you don't need to shove body weight into your arms and hands. Your body can hold you up. Breathe in, breathe out. Tuck that chin in towards your throat. It's nicer for your neck that way. Now deepen the breath. Really get into the pose. Feel right where you are, here and now. Let's start walking ourselves back to the chair. We'll come up nice and slow to our upright position. Let's come back to the chair, but we're not leaning back into the backrest just yet. So bring yourself back to a seated posture. And let's practice that vagal tone with the O-shaped breath. So our mouth forms an O. Take an inhale, and as you inhale, it feels like a vacuum that you're trying to pull up from the pelvic floor with that inhale. So it's an ascending breath. And exhale, just soften everything. Let's do a few of those. You want to feel the lift of the perineum. Exhale it out, soften. Try to really lift now. Excellent. I want you to start moving yourself around to get the support of the chair for a twist. So we just start moving our feet. So we're now have the backrest on the side of us. Draw your legs together, your ankles, your feet together. Create as much right angle as you still can. Inhale, turn, and exhale. So I just want you to kind of find rhythm of movement, get yourself patterned a little bit by turning toward the chair. And when you're ready to go, set that up. Use the chair for your support. So it's like your whole chest cavity is turning, and that your heart, center of your chest, is going to shine right in toward that backrest if you can revolve yourself enough. So you're just going to see about working through that, holding. I have come to really like to kind of hold my legs together. I'll put one hand on the thighs, so I'm not always using the chair. I'm using body parts as well to support this twist. It always starts low, it works its way up. Find that deeper inhale and that longer exhale to support it. Stay with your experience. Make adjustments, start over, do whatever your body needs you to do. Squeeze the legs together a little bit. Feel the engagement of the legs as a source of support and stability for your upper body. Long spine. Turning the head, you're trying to find your full range of movement with your head. So don't be afraid to go right up to your limit. And then exhale it all the way out. Keep your body in the twist, your shoulders, the trunk of your body. Turn your head out of the twist. Feel that release. And now release your shoulders and feel it release even more. Take a breath in and out. And we're going to start shimmying ourselves around to do the same thing on the other side. Squeeze your legs together, create that right angle. Maybe you pattern yourself a little bit over here. You turn and then you come out of the turn. You're just trying to see if you can be really compassionate. Just pay attention to what your body needs. And then go for that twist. Support yourself with the chair. It's the beauty of having it. It's very useful, very helpful. Lengthen the spine. You're trying to get your chest bone to face directly toward the back of your chair, the backrest. That's how much you're turning, revolving yourself. Turning your head to find its range of movement. It might not be very much. I'm not suggesting it's supposed to be. I'm just saying go to the very limit of your range of movement. Soften the mouth. Keep working it. Keep breathing. Your body is remembering. Keep your body in the twist, shoulders, trunk, but turn your head out of it. Feel the release of that. Then release your shoulders from the twist. And let's shimmy ourselves around and open those feet a little wider and just give yourself some gentle circular movements as a way to reset. Good. All right, now it is time for our Shavasana. This is the time for stillness. So I want you to sit back into the chair so you're really supported with that backrest. And if there's any particular props or other support that you have become accustomed to and you have a ritual for yourself, I love that. I'm so glad you're doing that. Let yourself be supported by the chair. Start with as soon as you've closed your eyes, start with humming the exhale from your body. So the inhale comes through your nose. Exhale, mouth is still closed, but you're humming and feeling the vibration in your mouth and in your lips. Again, this is our awareness of this cooperation of the vagal tone. Keeping ourselves calm and relaxed. Softness of the mouth, vibration in the mouth. So singing, humming, do it all day long. It's going to be a big help to you. The rocking of the body. And then settle in. So you're leaning back, no more rocking, no more movement. Allowing the breath to just settle in to its full cycle, in and out. But it's going to look like this. Think of the seasonal changes. The inhale expresses the spring and the summer. It lightens, lifts. Exhale takes you into the fall and the winter, quieting. And it's darker. Inhale the spring and the summer. Exhale the fall and the winter. Just aware that our body reflects the seasons as well. You know, where I live, the seasonal change is very noticeable, very significant, and in my view, very beautiful. So it's very easy for me to be aware of that seasonal change. It's going on within us, though, always. We move from brightness, awake, light, to quieter, dark, intimate. Spring and summer. Exhale, fall and winter. Soften your mouth. Relax your shoulders, your hands, your legs, softening the belly. Remember the mountain, the image of the mountain I mentioned to you earlier, that we, our body on the surface of this ground, could be considered the very tip of the mountain, and then way down deep into the earth is our essence as well, deep down the mountain. Let's breathe like that we're trying to inhale up to the top of the mountain peak, but exhaling down, down into the ground of the mountain. My book of poems has a section about nature, and this one seemed very appropriate for our practice today. Here is a day, dawn to dark, a string of moments small enough to ignore or notice, a stretch of time between awakening and sleep to be savored or brushed aside in the rush to some distant destination. Here is a day different from any other, with its own flavor to be tasted. The golden glow just before the sun rose held such promises as I knew must be kept, knew beyond even the nagging whisper of doubt were true, that this very day, the whole perfection of the universe can be inhaled like the scent of fallen leaves, the heady fragrance of trees returning what was never theirs to keep. Here is a day. Come away from your back, rest a little bit, keeping your eyes closed. Bring palms up and overhead together as we inhale, lengthening. Exhale, bow into yourself at your heart. Inhale, back up. Exhale, let your arms share all of that energy around your community. As we flutter the eyes back open, palms come together at the heart. We bow into ourself and to one another. Namaste, my friends.
Namaste.